it's easier to get a driver's license first starting a business. The reality is that driver's license, you've got to do a number of hours and you've got to do these tests. You can essentially contact an accounting firm and the like, and you open up a company and away you go. And people will take on commitments and you'll be operating. The problem is that directors' responsibilities are not fully understood. People don't realize that there is a lot more complexities around, things of reporting, finances. What are they going to do when they grow? There's no business plan required, and so they essentially get going. Some you'll find business plans, but are they realistic or not? So there's all these problems that come with people setting up businesses because there is no restriction. You can just contact one of these guys and set up a company. Now, I'm not suggesting we should add restrictions, but what I'm definitely saying is that businesses themselves, by the time they get started, get too carried away to actually think about all things they need to know. And unless they're very experienced, they're going to find that things are going to blow up or things are going to pop up that they never considered would happen before. So there is a need for some more training, ongoing training maybe, or at least some form of compliance check or supervision, you could say, for businesses that have been operating for a year or the like. I mean, I just saw a proposal for someone who's a startup, and I got to admit the idea was just on the left field. He's already spent $2.5 million on it. And it's like, oh my God, as no one sort of sat there and gave him a bit of a Shark's Tank litmus test and said, really, you need to actually wake up and realize there has to be a very clear delivery of a solution, and not only just an idea, but an ability to actually make it grow and deal with it as it grows over time. I think the other problem being, which is in a way a little bit being fixed, is the failure for equity investors to participate in small business. So we've just had the recent change which enables public companies, but unlisted public companies, to raise some capital. But the biggest problem in Australia, I think, is that people have to lend to get more money. They can't actually, most of them are not skilled enough to know how to raise equity. If you look at our business, we haven't lent anything. Haven't borrowed anything. We've got equity partners, and every time we need funds, we've raised equity. And we've done that on the basis that we don't, for the first few years, we didn't think there was we didn't want to be levered. We didn't want to have that debt hanging over our head, and it's still the case. And it's very much, whether it's by convertible notes or whether it's by some other form, it's very much that there is a need for the business to be able to grow, and by turning around and just going out and getting loans because you think that's the only solution isn't the best solution. Suggesting that they look at the solutions like we have, which are trade credit. We don't call ours a loan, it's a line of credit, essentially enabling them to have a facility that they roll every 30 or 60 or 90 days and pay back and forth. The idea of a client, and there may be some purposes for them where they get a 12-month loan, that may be a small need, but to run their business on the basis of running loans only is one that's a problem. I mean, if you look at our products, say in the supply chain, we give them the money. Their expectation should be that they'll have sold the goods before they actually need to pay us. And that's the solution that they should be looking at. Not looking at solutions where they get the money and then they base it, hopefully, in the 12 months that they're going to make enough money to cover it.